Hi, I'm Chris from Airwindows, and you caught me in a funny day. My gear is giving me incredible headaches, but I believe I can still make a video for you because we have a plugin, and the plugin is entitled Flipity. And you can do this. See how it says dry? Well, if we use Flipity and flip the left channel, we have put it out of phase, or we can flip the right channel and put it out of phase. You can't really tell which one has been flipped, but one of them is flipped and one of them is not. But we can also flip both of them out of phase, or now the channels are flipped. Now, what would you call it if you swapped the channels and also flipped one of the sides? You'd call it swip. Swip L, swip R, or both. And that is Flipity for you. Now, what you're hearing is something else entirely. You see, Flipity is a pretty simple little utility plugin, and the reason it exists is because somebody asked me for a plugin that would flip only the left channel. Seemed a somewhat limited use case. I'm not sure if there is much of a purpose for having a plugin to only flip the left channel. There was a particular podcast the fellow listens to where he knew the left channel was always flipped and he wanted to be able to resort to a plugin to fix that. Flipity will be able to solve the left channel needing to be flipped, or indeed the right channel, or both, or the channels needing to be swapped, or any combination thereof. But what you're hearing is not a podcast, nor anything that needs to be flipped. What you're hearing is the album that I have just released. That's a track called Electromotivate, and it is off of this album, which is on Bandcamp. I will link to it. And I am hoping that people like it. A lot has gone into putting this album out. It is sort of the inspiration for all of my plugin stuff. So the album, this that you're hearing, is in fact a bunch of hardware. Like it's the modular stuff, and a Heritage Audio mixer, and also a Mackie 1202 mixer, and Alesis MIDI verbs, original kind. Just a whole bunch of stuff, because that's kind of what I've always done. And that is what the plugins are meant to approach. It's my reference standard. And so the record that I put out is called Welcome to Free Luna. The idea behind it is it's a bunch of synthesis, and it's an exploration in musical form into a bunch of concepts around, artificial intelligence, what it means to be a person. Can you have a sentient intelligence? If you have a sentient intelligence that's on a manufacturing line, so that there are two of them and they start out exactly the same, does that still count? There's a lot of things going on there. And it's implemented with synthesizers, guitars, and things. And one of the things you're hearing is actually a product, but it's not one that you have yet. Because you're hearing Airwindows production drums in its form loaded onto the Music Thing modular and played out of a modular synthesizer. But what I'm going to do is put out production drums so that other people can make music if they like the kinds of breakbeats and things that I'm using. here, we'll skip ahead. As you can hear, I've got a bunch of stuff going on here. But the breakbeat drums, that's not on break, that's me. And I will be putting out a set of samples, a set of drums, operating in a number of different ways. And they'll have these kinds of beats at a variety of tempos, a variety of ways of working with them. And they use that technique of like speeding up the breakbeat to make it sound the right way. But that is coming up. What I've got for you today is, of course, Flipity. And if you need to flip a channel, this is going to be the utility plugin for you. Bear with me through the video changes and everything. I'm doing the best I can. Things are kind of tough out here, and I'll see what I can do. I'm trying to stay productive. I'm trying to stay positive. But one thing I can be pretty positive about is the new record. I think it came out pretty good. I have sold a rousing 3 copies on Bandcamp, which turns out that was enough. That when I put out another album, also excuse the helicopter again, the stuff that goes on here is beyond belief. But, and excuse the cat, and excuse the cat twice, 3 times. What was I even saying? Yeah, so the new album is out on Bandcamp, and I've already sold enough of them that it has unlocked Bandcamp's ability to let me do like 25 long-minute tracks. So I am already eager to gradually put together something that I can do for a follow-up, but you should check out whether you might like Welcome to Free Luna. It's a sort of strange hybrid between dub techno and drum and bass. And I've got Bandcamp set up so that you can go over there and listen to it all the way through a goodly number of times, I think. I have done that with people's albums. Bandcamp does eventually go, you've listened to this enough, you should buy it now. And if you hit that, then hopefully you agree and buy the album. It is very helpful to me if you do. And the album is not a test bed for showing what plugins do. There aren't any plugins on this album. This is the inspiration for why I make plugins in the first place. I hope you like Flipity. I hope you like my plugins. I'm giving those away. The breakbeat drum stuff that I've just been showing you, that I made an album with, I will be giving that away as well. The album's for sale. I hope people like it. And I'll talk to you later. Wish me luck out here, and bye-bye.